Welcome to this instructional video series, where we will go over installing and configuring DTS Software products. DTS Software is a recognized leader in mainframe storage management solutions with over 1,000 customers worldwide. This video will demonstrate how to download the product suite and documentation, install the software, and start DIF, the system started task. You can use the information here if this is your first time setting up a DTS software product or if you are performing a service level upgrade. The process is largely the same. We pride ourselves on having easy to install and easy to use products. No SMPE work required, and all of our products run on simple if-then-else logic. If you are new to DTS software products, please be aware that our software is distributed as a bundled service level. Products cannot be installed or upgraded individually. Rarely, ZAPs will be issued that target individual modules, but that does not affect the version or service level number. Most of our products are part of the Storage Control Center suite, SCC for short. Only Simulate 2000 and its associated functions exist in the PTL suite. DIF is an unlicensed product that acts as the system started task and communicates between the user and the DTS software products and is included in both suites. Before we begin, you will need three things: a copy of the latest product suite, product documentation, and a license key. The license key will be provided by your account manager or the technical support team. Software and documentation can be downloaded from our support site, which does require registration. If you do not have an account on our support site, go to support.dtssoftware.com, hover over the login button, then click Register. Fill out the form, and someone from our technical support team will review your request within 1 business day. Registrants working at an outsourcer or managed service provider, for example, Kyndryl, Insono, DXC, etc., will need to fill out the name of the DTS software customer you are supporting. We cannot approve access without that information. One of the few pages that is publicly available is our current release and compatibility matrix page, which I've already shown you. Hover over the Support and Training button, then click Release Information. To download software or documentation from this page, click the link for the download button pertaining to the product suite you want to install and fill in your credentials. For this demo, we will install SCC on the IBM z/OS platform, but DTS software products can also be installed on Fujitsu MSP and Hitachi VAS 3 systems. We have 3 download options available depending on how restrictive your company's download security policy is. The download button is for our standard self-extracting zip file packaged in a .exe format. If your company blocks the download of exe files, use the first link to download a zip version of the same content. Both of these options contain .exe and .bat files within the library, which makes installation much easier. However, we do have a third download option for the strictest policies that inspect the contents of a zip file for certain file extensions. The second zip file contains no exe or bat files, which means you have to allocate and transfer the distribution datasets manually, then expand them with the TSO receive function. From there, installation is the same as the 2 previous methods. I actually prefer the first zip file, and I'll explain why in a minute. Let's get that downloaded. Product documentation can be obtained by scrolling down and clicking on the documentation link. You can download individual manuals by clicking the title, or download the whole bookshelf zip file as indexed PDFs. This is handy when you are looking something up but are unsure of which manual it may be in. Let's snag the bookshelf. We also publish a digital version of our Storage Administration Pocket Reference Guide at the bottom of this page. Visit our booth at any of the conferences we attend, and you can get a physical copy. Now that we have the software and manuals, open the location where you saved them. The reason I prefer the zip file is because you can use programs like 7-zip to right-click on the file, then extract all to a folder. The exe file will extract everything to the folder you're already in, so you need to make a new folder to first corral the files. Open the folder for the software and run the ftp-instw.exe file. If this is your first time running the program, fill out your system's host name or IP address, your TSO credentials, dataset name high-level qualifier, and the FTP target volume or SMS storage class. You may need to edit the job card depending on your JUS policies. If you have installed our software from this computer before, the program will remember your options. Verify everything is correct, then click the Install button and review the FTP log to ensure everything transferred correctly. You may receive a Windows firewall warning. Allow the program through if you do. Pull up your TSO session and double-check that the 5 service-level datasets exist: InstLib, ISPF-lib, LOADLIB, RPT-lib, and SAMP-lib. The installer expands the XMI datasets, then removes them, so they should not exist if the process ran correctly. Browse the InstLib dataset, since that's where the next steps happen. New installations will need to follow in step 01 through in step 05 and in step 09. In step 07 is optional if you want to add the ISPF interface, but that's not covered in this video. For Fujitsu or Hitachi systems, instead of in step 05, run in step 06 and in step 08. Existing customers upgrading their DTS products need only run in step 04 and in step 05. Go ahead and edit in step 01. This job creates the production datasets, but you can skip this step and run from the service level datasets if you really want. It does minorly reduce downtime during upgrades and makes backout easier if you do run into issues, but you have to update the diff started task or your linked list every time with this method. You do you. Update the job card or copy-paste one from a previous job you ran. I keep a skeleton job card in my JCL library for things like this. I'm going to copy the job card to my session memory so I don't have to keep typing that command. Next, update the dataset names to match your environment naming conventions. For non-SMS installations, select a volseer as the allocation target. For SMS shops, change the vol equals seer parameter to store class. We're going with a non-SMS installation for this demo. Make this change in both step 01 and step 02. Submit the job and verify it completes with return code 0. Back out and edit in step 02. In step 02 is not a job, but instructions on APF authorizing your DTS LOADLIB. Swap over to SDSF or whatever your JUS spool viewer product is. You must have authority to make dynamic APF changes for this step. If the LOADLIB lives on a non-SMS volume, issue the following command: /setprog space APF, add, DS name equals whatever your dataset name is, vol equals whatever your volseer is. For SMS installations, replace the vol equals whatever your volseer is parameter with SMS. If the command is too long for your input line, as you see on my screen, type a / and hit enter to bring up an expanded command line. Issue your setprog command from here. As a note, you do not need the leading slash since you already typed it on the previous command line. You will also want to harden this change by adding it to your system parmlib progxx member. Optionally, You can add the DTS LOADLIB to your link list if you do not want to use the StepLib DD card in the diff-proc or utility jobs. Switch back to the instlib, back out of instep02, and edit instep03. Instep03 contains instructions on setting up the diff started task. You can copy it from ISPF 3.3 or go into the diff member of instlib and create a new PROCLIB member from there. I'm going to use the latter method since I'm already in the instlib. Back out of instep03 and edit diff. Type create and the name of your system PROCLIB with the member name in parenthesis, all within tick marks. Then tab down and put C999 on the first line. Hit enter, and now you have diff in your PROCLIB. You will need to update the dataset names if you did not use the default naming convention. The various exec parms are explained in the installation manual. If you added the DTS LOADLIB to your link list, then you can comment out the StepLib. We're using the defaults for this demo, so no changes needed. Don't forget to add diff to your system parmlib command XX member or automation product so that it starts at IPL. We recommend putting diff at the very end of the startup process and beginning of shutdown since we put hooks into the system. If other programs start after diff and use the same storage locations, diff will not shut down due to memory validation errors. Then you'll have to contact support, and it'll be a whole ordeal. Back out and edit instep04. Instep04 copies members from the distribution instlib, ISPF lib, samplib, and RPT lib to the production datasets. If you decided to run from your distribution datasets and skipped instep01, you can skip instep04 as well. Edit the high-level qualifiers on the proc DD card as necessary, or update each line individually if using a completely different naming convention. I'm using the defaults, so no change is necessary. Add a job card, submit the job, and verify it completes with return code 0. Back out and edit instep05. Instep05 copies load modules from the distribution LOADLIB to the production LOADLIB. Again, if you skipped instep01, skip instep05. Update the LOADLIB and AuthLib DD cards as necessary. For existing installations, ensure diff is shut down before submitting instep05, otherwise you will get angry messages the next time you try to shut down diff. Add a job card, submit the job, and verify it completes with return code 0. Back out and edit instep09. Instep09 is another instructional member discussing the license key and startup parameters. Upload the license file to your production parmlib via FTP or TN3270 IND $file. We do not recommend copy-pasting from your PC into the terminal window as that may cause problems with data loss. We'll take a quick look at the license member on our PC. The file extension for the DTS license key is a .dlf file, which stands for DTS license file. This is a plain text file, so open it with Notepad. Take note of the different sections, company, products, and key, each denoted by a bracketed header. I'm going to upload the license key via Windows command line FTP. Back out of the instlib and browse the license member in parmlib to verify it uploaded. Depending on the code page your PC uses, the brackets may translate into garbage characters. It's okay if that happens. Back out of the license member and edit the start00 member. By default, diff uses start00, but you can change that in the started task exec parm statement. All of the DTS products are listed in the start00 member with a rule-lib rule name or pool name member where needed. Since this is a general installation how-to video, I'm not going to do anything with the product lines. We'll go over customizing your rules and running the IVP jobs in another video. At the bottom of the Start 00 member, the SL and status lines print the service level and name of the active products and their LOADLIB members to the diff started task log. Uncomment those, then save and exit. Swap over to your JUS viewer and issue the /s diff command. Watch the syslog for the diff 00150 message to indicate diff has completed its startup. You can browse the started task log to view the output of the SL and status commands or issue them manually. UTA is a newer utility added in SL 23081. It is our useful tools and accessories utility, accessible through the ISPF panels. We will cover the ISPF panels and UTA in another video. Thank you for joining us in this instructional video. Now that the software is installed, this video series can be viewed like a choose-your-own-adventure, customizing rules and running IVP jobs, setting up the ISPF panels, or other product-specific videos. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, or would like to set up a complimentary training session for your staff, you can reach out to us via email at support@dtssoftware.com or call us at 919-833-8426, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. We also offer complimentary webinars monthly on various systems programming topics. Register for the next event or watch our on-demand library at www.dtssoftware.com/webinars. If you don't see a recording for a topic you're interested in, please send an email to webinars@dtssoftware.com. We're always looking for topics to present on.